For the last 30 days, I played a lot of Marvel Rivals. I have almost 100 hours played, and something I noticed was no matter what rank I was in, a lot of the people who picked the same champions, let's say like Jeff, they all had the same tendencies no matter what the rank would be. So in today's video, I'll be going over what your Marvel Rivals main says about you, and let me know if you want a part 2 just by liking the video, commenting who you want to see, and let me know how accurate I was with some of these. Keep in mind, this video is just for fun, so it's not that deep. Let's get into it. Starting off with Hela, you're usually a one-trick pony who plays broken characters in other games. You're probably super toxic or have had an e-kitten at some point in your life. Either way, learn another DPS because not only is she getting nerfed soon, but once you get into diamond ranking, you're barely going to see her played a lot. And that's primarily because of the banning system, but for some reason, every single Hela player I've had on my team when I solo queued or, trio queued, the Hela players are always toxic. They're always one-trick ponies. It even got bad one day when I was using the Marvel Rivals Discord to find some people to play with, and I found this one guy who was just extremely toxic, would not join the Discord, did not say anything until the game was basically over, and that's when he started talking shit. If you're a Jeff main, you're probably just a chill guy who decided to play him because he's as cute as a button. That's when you realize he's probably the most irritating character to play against. A good Jeff player is rare, but man, when you face one, it's super toxic. I get sucked up like there's no tomorrow. Pause. If you main Magneto, you are super strategic. Even outside Marvel Rivals, you're probably one of those players who like to play PUBG or Rainbow Six Siege or any game like that that takes strategy and team play. Playing Magneto is a different type of skill. It is a little bit boring compared to the other tanks, but you are one of those teammates that are selfless as heck. And for some reason, I get the vibes of Magneto players is really old men, like 40-year-old men that play this game, but you guys are absolutely cracked at this game. If your main is Black Widow, you're an absolute troll and you do not like winning games. You've always been a sniper, even back in the day with Call of Duty, but man, get with the meta because Black Widow is so underwhelming and you guys all the time suck. You could probably make this character work in very, very low ranks, but even once you get past silver, this character sucks. If your main is Penny Parker, you're probably a very strategic player as well because Penny Parker takes a lot of site setup and just knowing where your teammates are positioned and how your utility is positioned. You're constantly having to change where your utility is placed and where you're placing it. So shout out to you. And as a Penny main myself, I gotta say, you guys are really good at the game. If you main Adam Warlock, you're probably a DPS main who's just sick of nobody going heals. So you compromise and decided to do it yourself. Adam Warlock is a really strong character that has a nice balance between DPS and healing. You can actually do so much freaking damage with this character if you know how to properly utilize your healing and knowing when and who to target. So you're probably a generally smart player because a lot of healers usually just go someone like Cloak and Dagger, which isn't bad, but Adam Warlock does take some awareness to fully capitalize his utility. If your main is Wolverine, you definitely eat cement and smell like booty. The reason I say this is because every time I'm a tank and I get full-fledged rushed and thrown across the map with this character, I can just smell the BO coming off of you. In all seriousness, besides the hate that I give you players, you still smell like poo. Like, I'm being so serious. I don't care. I'm not saying anything else. You probably just stink. That's it. If you main Psylocke, for some reason, and this is going to be very random and specific, but Psylocke players give me this weird emo energy, like they have their blinds drawn, they have anime posters with like LED lights like it's 2016, and they're just a very lonely person. And that kind of reflects how they play, since Psylocke doesn't really need her teammates to really be super effective, since you're constantly harassing the back line. You definitely have some painted nails that are black, and I gotta watch out for y'all because y'all are scary. If your main is Captain America, you're probably just like a silver gold player. I don't see this character played that much ever since I got out of Plat. So it's pretty interesting to even think about what type of players play this. Honestly, you guys probably just like the movies and you appreciate the character itself, but you don't keep up with the comp. You're probably just a casual gamer who's just a good guy or a girl or they, them. I don't discriminate. If your main is Doctor Strange, you're a very analytical, smart person, and you probably picked this character just based off of meta because you know how strong and valuable he is, and he could solo tank, so you realize this. You're probably a higher ranked player, probably platinum above. Even though the game's only been out for like a month and a half, you really see the value, and you're definitely ahead of the curve when it comes to meta and operator picks. If your main is Groot, you love to see people suffer and you love trash talking. It seems like anytime I face a really good Groot, they're always in all chat after the game saying GG easy, and it's super annoying because there's nothing you can do when you're getting boxed in like you're playing OG Fortnite against these sweats who for some reason know how to build. And I'm not talking about OG Fortnite like the re-release. I'm talking about if you actually played Fortnite when it was released and you barely knew how to build, and then you had people cranking 90s on you. That's the type of players that you get with Groot. They're pure sweats. If your main is Mantis, you're probably not the strongest person in competitive shooters, so that's why you play a supportive role like this, but you get so much analytical damage done. For example, getting assists, helping your teammates stay alive, and you're very smart. You might not be the strongest mechanical player, but you're smart, and that's what carries you into higher ranks. And this is usually what I get out of Mantis players. You're highly aware of what's going on around your team, and you're a good teammate to have always. If you main the Punisher, you definitely enjoy other FPS games like Call of Duty, and you enjoy just turning your brain off and shooting. You love the satisfaction of getting clean headshots, especially hearing the little bling in your ear every time you get a headshot. You're also a more boots on the ground type of guy, a little bit more tactical when it comes to what they play, but you're pretty generic. Now guys, if I missed your main or you think I might have gotten yours wrong, let me know down in the comments and maybe add on to some of my points. Besides that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It definitely does help. I am a small channel. But besides that, guys, thank you so much for making it to the very end of the video. And if you made it this far in, comment, Squirrel Girl players are thick. Besides that, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you.